I have this amazing bag. This is where we're picking up off of where we dropped off. We did stage 1. I got 20 outfits on this half of the suitcase, and the other half is left for flip-flops, tennies, the heavier shoes, and maybe a heavier jacket I would wear onto the plane, obviously, and the hats are usually, if I have to, if they're gonna make me pack it inside a bag, I put it on my head. And I love this bag in particular. One, it's soft, so it's not a hard shell, so it's easier to cram into smaller places. It has a place if there's things that you don't want to lose, like your AirPods or your keys for when you return home. I love how you have this side pocket here and here, so you don't have to get inside your luggage, so you could just open up the bin, grab what you need, like plugs, headsets, earphones, AirPods. But these are my essentials. I get a pill bottle and I put all the sinus medicine, Tylenol, and anything that you can think of. I put it all on the outside. These are for hydration. And then I always have my hand sanitizer and some kind of chapstick for on the plane because you're traveling for a lot of hours. And I typically have these really sterilized, sanitized wipes that I wipe the belt and the belt buckle. And then I love this to have for wiping my face and my hands and, you know, just to travel. So then topping off that, I use this. I do have smaller individual ones that I put in little Ziploc bags, but they're kind of hard to get in and out of. So I just take one because I'm going to use that the entire trip. One of my favorite things is this in particular because I spray it all over my face and chest because you get dehydrated from the plane again. So hydration inside your body, hydration outside your body, and the hand sanitizer. So those are my essentials that I have to have, that grab and go. These days a lot of flights are being canceled, so I highly recommend having all your basic toiletries in here so that if the luggage got lost or it didn't come or you know, for whatever reason, you have a backup. And this bag in particular, I like to at least have one outfit to make it through a day and the pajamas. So when you're first there, you still have time to go get clothes if you have to purchase clothes. So it's great. It's got for things that you want to keep secure, you zip this closed. So when you're pulling things in and out of your bag, it won't come out with it, and close it up. And then you have the computer slit or iPad, which is huge on the plane, so you can watch movies and TV. And then again, the back slips over the handle of your suitcase so it won't fall off and fly all over the place. This is from Joan and David, but there are a lot of them out there. And I make sure no matter what, because I have left my bag and it was tagged and it came back to me. So I always put a tag on it, and believe it or not, someone turned it in and it came back. When it comes to our bags falling off of the initial suitcase, it drives me crazy. It's my pet peeve. I place this on the first luggage, and this goes over the top and wraps over the handle of the second luggage so it doesn't fall off. I know everyone's experienced when you've had your second luggage on top of the rolling luggage, how it flies off to the side. This helps prevent that from happening. So you buckle it on here to the main suitcase, and then this wraps around and holds in, and this goes across the handle, and you can tighten it with this little slider so it goes across the handle of your rolling suitcase, so it gets it in there really secure, so it fits all kinds of sizes. I have learned throughout the years, whenever I'm trying perfume and things that I love, I get the little sample sizes, and instead of taking my whole palette of color, I always purchase something really small, and this is great for eye cream. And I like when something does dual, where you have the part that closes and the part that you can smudge and blend your eyeliner. So I typically make sure that my makeup follows along that line. And truly, for all the toiletries, if they don't fit in here, they don't go. I'm into compartmentalizing things on this other half of the luggage, and they're called packing cubes. Ideally, I usually put my lingerie in here. I usually put tank tops and leggings and extras right here, like the bathing suits and sarongs. They generally always fit in here. And anything else that may be loose around my suitcase, I put in this last one. So this typically is all that's going in the next side. I never go without a laundry bag. I have to have that. So these are a must. These are called packing cubes. They have them everywhere, online and all the stores. So that would go in the other half of the suitcase, which is this side, with tennis shoes and flip-flops in general. I always have my little handy dandy neck pillow. I've had this thing for 100 years. It comes out, it's super soft and moldable, and it packs away nicely. It fits in here. This is what is an airplane blanket, and or you could use as a pillow. It opens up like so. It's super easy to pack back. This has been one of the best investments. We've gotten stuck on layovers, and we're in, you know, I have American Express, so they have their lounges throughout the airports, and my son and I both wrapped ourselves in this and watched movies. We had our little neck pillows and we had our little airplane blanket, and it's this easy to put away. It can be so small and smashed down to nothing, so it fits in here with your computer and all your essentials. So I usually set these out, these bottles. So sometimes I may have a nice size already of shampoo and conditioner, and this is all I need. If I can't get a hold of those, which a lot of times they're scarce, I have a hair salon, we go through them really fast, and I'm there for a longer trip, I generally put my shampoo and conditioner in this size so that it'll last the whole trip, so I don't have to pack 2 sets. And these are great because they're squishable. They have the tools in this particular packet, and you can get this online that, you know, helps you spackle out your product and helps you pour in your product. I prefer using these because I can pack them really nice like that, and they fit in a square. So you have your bottle that sprays, one that pours, and these are the ones that squirt, and then you have something for a toothbrush, and then over here is getting more into a little situation that you can put your makeup in where you don't have to bring all your makeup. And then travel size hairsprays, travel size leave-in conditioner, travel size hand lotion. I think this is a facial lotion. I keep everything in this basket so that every time I have a trip, I come home, put it all back in there, and I have it all in one place. Like literally all these things came out of this basket. But once I get there, I prefer like how my phone is. I love how they strap everything on, but even a guitar strap would work if you had, as long as you had something to attach it to. So if you had a case that had hooks on it, like if I don't want it to be all nice like this, I would put it on a guitar strap. But when I run around through the day, I like this because it can have your room key, it can have your lipstick, it can have your money, your cards, and your phone all attached to you. And there's a little zippery pouch that turns into the inside of your body so that if you have your money or certain documents, it can be hidden in there and it's on you. But I put it across, and it's the exact same idea. You don't have to carry a purse around or a bag. You can have hidden documents in here. I wouldn't put charge cards and money in this because the snap, I would do it more in where the zippers are because it's more secure. This is just incidentals, more like lipstick and things that you need throughout the day that you can grab. Everything pretty much stays there, but if you don't have this snapped and you bend over, things will fall out. If you're going more simple, you can have even your passport card and money and everything in here, and a credit card. The only thing about that is, which I'm getting into a little hot tip, is they can scan your credit cards these days. The criminals are getting smarter and smarter, so I get what's called a paper wallet, and they're all on the internet also. This one in particular, I just literally Googled, and that's the one that I came up with, and I really like it. That stops people from being able to scan your credit cards. Having my credit card here, there's, unless I wrap it in probably money, because that's paper, they can probably be able to still scan it. So the key is to wrap your card in paper. And if it's not this wallet, because you would put that in your purse, then it should just be paper in general. Find out what type of paper. I'm not really clear on that. I don't like the real touristy places, but I like to understand the lay of the land of where I'm going. Books like this give you like the hot spots that can kind of help you, and I literally do go in and highlight at the various islands that I know we're gonna be at. And it also highlights like the fun things that are unique to each island, like their festivals and their ruins and their caves and just their landscape. But then inside here is a map of all the islands, and it's all right there. It can be thrown in my cute little travel bag that I showed you, and that stays with me, and I can check it out on the plane. We can kind of map out what the lay of the land that we want to do exactly. And so that goes with me usually everywhere. Now, everyone's probably wondering what I'm doing with doggy bags. This is really important because in countries like Greece, there isn't always the fabulous bathroom and, you know, whatever you want to call it, the loos aren't as nice there. So you want to always have that just in case you get into a situation where there's no bathrooms nearby, that you can dispose of things. I know it sounds weird, but it's a necessity when you're going to Greece. Again, I tag everything no matter what, because I have misplaced and they have returned to me. And it wouldn't even be a bad idea if you put the hotel name on it if you wanted to get it returned to you. I do like to take a little speaker. I have ones that are smaller than this that I'm gonna pack. This one has a tendency to be a little heavy. So I have a tinier one that'll be going on the trip. I'm really specific about my electronics. We have to have this universal adapter. I usually label like what country I got these in. That one says London. I think it's important to label your things, and one of these I think was Paris, but I think this works in a lot of the outlets. But London specifically has the 3-prong. The majority of the rest have the 2-prong. And it won't really matter because this adapter has 2-prong, it has the 3-prong. It'll help you with your USB cord. It has the other, any different situation that you're in, because sometimes it has 1, 2, and then 1 in the middle. But this is where it attaches to the wall, and everything you need you can charge on it. So this can charge your phone. Over here you can, you know, add on your camera adapter. It has it all. It's universal. This is my favorite little travel photography setup. You have to make sure everything's charged, and this, you can set the camera up anywhere on a wall or on the side of a fountain or on a table, and you have the clicker with you, and it's already downloaded to your phone. You get the app that goes according to this particular stand, and you can use the clicker and it helps quick, or you just have on your Bluetooth. Sometimes there's no Wi-Fi, so it may not work. Regardless, you can set your timer on your phone and it'll work, no problem. And this one's similar. It just has a different attachment. It's kind of nice. I take both because I charge one, and when one dies, I use the other. And they're really super lightweight, small, packable. This one fits in this little pouch right here. If I didn't have these little pouches that I regularly travel with, I put everything in a clear Ziploc bag, especially the product. I love this. Right now, Europe is very warm, and even when I go to Greece, it'll be 80 degrees, possibly 80 degrees and below. So at night it cools off, but during the day, there's not a lot of air conditioning. There's not a lot of ice in certain places. So this is really cool for when you're heating up in a car, or like when you're waiting in line on something, or if you're at a restaurant and you're overheating, you get a chance to get water. And this fan is excellent, and that's another thing. You want to make sure this is charged, because right now it's not. So before I leave, I take all my electronics, make sure like the speakers and the little clickers and the fan are all charged up and ready to go. And my AirPods and my cell phones, always pack a cell phone cord or two. Not only do I take all the extra cords, I take all the I take an extra phone that has a separate phone number. I have lost my phone in the past, and I've also dropped it in water in the past. We were shooting, we were doing a photo shoot near a fountain, and it popped out and just jumped right into the fountain. And I love this little number because you can put your phone here, you have your mic, and it's great at night because it has a light. And it's another contraption that really scrunches right up and is super packable. Like this thing, you unscrew and turn it down. I think it goes that way. But you can make it go really small. Like all you have to do is bend and twist and loosen everything up, and it goes into a little bag. I like these kinds of things because at night our phones aren't that efficient. I have this very high-end light, and it's neat because it has an app where you take the photos through, and it sets up your filter, and you can set your filter through the app. And then it also, another app on it controls the lighting and how you want the lighting when you're shooting. And it has this great little portable umbrella that directs the lights where you want. So with cell phones, you have a tendency to take another camera to get really nice photos. Well, nowadays the phones are so up there that it kind of helps in the evenings to be able to take a portable light like that. And then also helps within that app how it has some light filtering and some helps you edit your photos in a sense where you don't, when you're traveling, you can't necessarily run around with a photographer. So you've got some of your things to help you have decent pictures by the time you get home. So being that this is one of our new toys, Jody and I are trying to be able to do photo shoots on the move with things that are more portable when it comes to lighting and cameras. The gear can get quite heavy, and this seems to be effective, but the thing about it is I'm going to have to get back to you on that and give you the review of what I think about Profoto. It seems pretty easy to use, and it was pretty easy to hook up and to download the app so far, and it sounds like a great concept, but I'll be the one to let you know. So subscribe my brand new channel on YouTube, and I will be showing you next the trip on my way to Greece, and I'm going to play around with all the fashion and all the fun while I'm on each island. I'm going to show you some of the highlights of the places that we're going and seeing, and the yummy food that we're eating, and the great wine and cocktails. I'll be featuring everything, so stay tuned.